Aloha. Oh, ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome to Tales with TR 267A. I'm your host, Terry Ryan Jr., and I will tell you what an ordeal today. So last night, my phone, it's almost like it got ink blots all over it. It's filling it in. It's like it's being eaten. I thought it was some kind of virus that happens to a computer. I've never seen it happen on a phone, but I said, Penny Lane, what the fuck is going on? About 10 o'clock at night, I couldn't barely see the phone anymore. It was dim. There was blots. It literally looked like I dumped ink all over it. And barely see anything. I figured I'll go out and check this out in the morning. Obviously, check it out, but I'll get it fixed. I get up in the morning, screen's totally black, phone's off. Okay, I got to go in and get something done here. The Jeep in the morning, drive out. On the way, I said, I don't suppose. So I'd say, hey, Google, play TSN Overdrive. Sure. Played it. So I'm like, okay, the screen is fucked up, but it's on. I couldn't tell it was on because I couldn't unlock it or anything. There's nothing I could do. So at least it was on. And then I get out. So I went to Bell Mobility. Can you guys help me out? He's like, well, I wish I could see the screen. So as we were doing it, we figured we'd turn it off and turn it back on, or I guess not we, the gentleman there helping me, who's a great guy, Brad, really great fella. I was cool with him turning it off. We were trying all options, but then when we turn it back on, now I can't use it even to speak to it anymore because now I got to unlock it from the very home screen, and I couldn't see the screen. I didn't even think it was picking up. I mean, I tried, couldn't do it. So now he's like, okay, I'm like, what do I do? Called into place for a warranty, right? For a warranty. I have a warranty. Well, yeah, sure. Sir, no problem. You'll have a phone in a couple days. I don't need it in a couple days. I need one now. I can't just, I don't know who goes in there that has no responsibilities for a couple of days. I guess I could flip open my computer, but most things, and it's my fault. But, a lot of things, I go through like social media platforms and Twitter and like WhatsApp and places I get so many messages, right? I think I've talked about it on here. Like I get a plethora of messages every single day. A lot just say, give your balls a tug, right? I got to just file through those. So no offense to anybody out there, but I'd rather not just random messages, but those ones, any quote has been done 5 million times. So I'd rather not have to deal with so many messages, but that one's not going to get me, right? But I never actually say, give your balls a tug, by the way. Kiso says that. And maybe some other people, but in Letterkenny, I think he's the only one that ever said it in Shoresy, but I could be wrong. I know I don't say it. So, but I don't care. I'm glad you guys watch. But yeah, like some days I wake up and I have 50 messages just saying, give your balls a tug. There you go. So now take everything else in life into account and every other saying in the show and everything. And that's how many more messages I get. Anyway, there's a phone repair place downstairs. So the guy, Brad, says, look, now we can't get it. We can't really do anything with your phone. So 7 months early for an upgrade. Fuck me. So I had to pay off the phone I got now for $300 and then get another $1,200 phone. Now there's nuances to all that. But anyway, that's the idea. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But if I could see the screen, at least I could just get the phone. But I can't even see the screen. So I'm paying for a phone and I know most things and I can't remember my passwords. It was just locked into the other phone. You know what I mean? And this is very lazy. It's a lesson to all you guys. Remember your fucking passwords. Put them somewhere. Where did I have them? I had them in a picture in the exact gallery folder I'm telling you about. That didn't matter anyway. So, just save them on a fucking Hotmail or whatever it is. Back them up, whatever it is. I didn't do that with most things. So, anyway, I go downstairs to the repair place. The guy says, okay, I can fix the screen. It's going to take me a couple of days. And again, the fucking thing just cracked as well, and I'm 7 months away, and it's really glitchy. So I was like, look, he wanted to give me a new phone, a used new phone. So I was like, look, I got a new phone coming in upstairs. All I got to do is transfer the things on this onto that. Can you do it? He said, well, I can't really. I need to get you either a screen or for some reason it wasn't. He goes, I can transfer this onto another phone like yours, like the exact one you have. For some reason, and then it'll show us what's on there, and then we can put that onto the new one. I'm like, well, fuck. And the new one I have, anyway, without getting into it, yeah. So anyway, I'm like, okay. So we're going to fix the screen. So right now I have a phone. I went back upstairs. I have a phone. I go back downstairs. As I'm waiting in line, I'm not kidding you. I'm not fucking kidding you. There's a guy in front of me. The Village Mall in the middle of the day. Looks like he's an older guy. I don't know him. Never seen him. White guy. Tough looking dude. Seemed nice enough, I guess. Kind of browsing around the store. He goes up, and the guy behind me is a black guy, and he comes in. He's like, "Hey," and he tells me the thing. Yeah, I have the same fucking problem. I said, "I'm looking for another. What do I have? A Galaxy? I had a Samsung. Yes, I do. People like an outcast because I don't have an Apple. But anyway, and I was telling him, and he goes, "Yeah, I had the same problem." I said, "No fucking way." And I was going like, and apparently it's just a screen problem. But as we're talking, the guy in front of us, they ask like from across the store for his password because I guess this phone is never going to be used again, and I guess it's okay to like yell your password across. So the guy working there goes, "Hey, I just need to get into the lock screen and like then do my thing before you leave. Or what's your password?" And the guy goes, "KKKK." I was like, "What?" The dude behind me looked at me and goes, "What the fuck?" I go, "Yeah." And he could have just walked up and whispered it, and why would you have four? And so the guy working there goes, wait, 4 Ks, right? Not 3. And he says, "Yeah, 4. KKKK." And I'm going, "Oh my Jesus, what a weird." And when this guy picked that password, whether he's racist or not, did he ever think he'd have to yell it out in a store? Or I mean, again, he could have just walked over there. He yelled it, like, not yelled, but he said it loud enough that the sound had to pass over me and Buddy and go to the guy working there. So we were right in the middle of the crossfire. I was going, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Anyway, as if that wasn't weird enough. So I went there, and what I'm doing, the phone I got, 128 gigs. I needed 256 gigs. I didn't realize that. I don't even know why I had that much. I don't need it. But on the old phone, that's there. So I can't just transfer because I don't know which. So that's why I have to fix the screen first or transfer it onto another one that's big enough. I know I could get an external drive or external, what is it, card or external memory, whatever. But it doesn't work in this case because I need to see the other one. So at the very least, need to buy a new screen for the other one or transfer it onto another one. And anyway, it's all fucked up, but it's a 1,500 problem. And the guy ahead of me is either racist or stupid. And it was a long fucking morning. I missed a couple of opportunities, but what are you going to do? On the way out of the fucking mall, and Penny Lane was there with me, and I was like, fuck. I was literally, I'll tell you, the next 5 days in Newfoundland, Def Leppard, Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, Sam Roberts, and the Killers. That's the next 5 days. And then 2 days off, and then it's the Arkells Blue Rodeo. So, and I was complaining. I'm like, "Oh, fuck, man. Usually I can land some free tickets, trade a Blueberry Bulldogs toque or whatever it is. I know enough people around town. I left it." And I was like, on the way. But yesterday I was complaining about, having to spend a couple of bucks on a few tickets or whatever, a couple tickets. And then, you go in and you're like, what a dagger. And then I come out, man, and Penny Lane and I looked over, and there was a dude there. And he had no teeth, man. He's sitting down and is just down on his luck. And just had a fucking, he had a cup change jiggling. He'd be happy to make fucking $10 today. And I thought, and I looked at Penny Lane, and I knew exactly what she was going to say. And here's a quote that I do say in the show. Could be worse. And she looked, and that Hitch does say that. I wasn't going there. I wasn't trying to bring this around to some happy circle, positive karma teaching moment. But that's what happened, right? So I fucking got dinged for I guess, between upwards of $2,000 today, but because I had to get the new phone and pay off the old one and all that. And I'm not going to go with the warranty. But anyway, when she said that, she said, it could be worse. And I was like, yeah. And I was about to say it to her, right? But it was so obvious. And sometimes we can get ahead of ourselves with expectations and the comfort of life. On the way home, I said, Penny Lane, if this is like any time other than the last 150, 200 years. Like, I'm worried that you might get eaten by a lion. Someone might accuse you of being a witch. Like, I don't know, like the fucking smallpox might kill you if we go back just a couple of hundred years. So it's moments like this, I guess, that make you appreciate what you have, and not just as someone who's living. I don't mean it just in living in today's times. I mean, you can live, because that's one thing. But the gentleman that was sitting on the ground, I didn't get into it, but it seemed like he'd seen better days. And he didn't seem like a skeet or a bum or anything. He just, and there was all kinds out there, those around, the Village Mall, man, at the bus stop, right? You see a lot of people. I used to use it, nothing against using the bus, but a lot of people like congregate around there. It's one of the big hub stops, and you'll see skeets of all kinds. Most goodwilling people, just maybe don't make a lot of money or choose the bus for whatever reason. And there's some people that are homeless sitting around, and anyway, this was one of them. And I don't know, for some reason it was right for the moment. Folks, if you're downtown St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, you want to check out George Street, why not go to Trinity Pub, TJ's Pub, Rob Roy Confusion, Greensleeves, and of course the Bull and Barrel. If you're going to go for a bite to eat, check out Loose Tie, Blue on Water, of course Wedgwood Cafe, who also do catering. If you want to work out, strengthen your mind and your body, look no further than Rope Walk Lane. Look no further than Ryan Power Conditioning, strength and balance for the body and mind. If you like Mr. Lube, there's 2 locations right here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. One's on Torbay Road, one's on Kenmount Road. Live, laugh, lube. Crown Cabinets, just because. Carpet Factory, laying the carpet for your community. GS Construction, laying the groundwork for your community, if that community happens to be Edmonton, Alberta. True Hockey, take what's yours. And of course, I loves me Mugsy Jeans. Mugsy Jeans, comfort, fitting. I loves me Mugsy Jeans. Folks, we'll be back in just a few days with more Tales with TR. Catch you guys on the rebound.